we go straight to some headlines on the Vanguard newspaper. Remember to join the conversation on Facebook at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. We are streaming live on that platform. If you haven't joined our Facebook family, you can get out your phone or any of your devices now. Multiple devices, very fine. Search for Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. Do well to click on the like the page and then scroll down to the live stream. And there you get to watch what's happening in the studio, and you get the opportunity to listen, watch, and most importantly, share your opinion. You can do that now. And we're good. On X, you can also join the conversation at Nigeria Info PH. Now, don't forget to click on the share button if you're watching on Facebook. Thank you very much. Now, let's go to the headlines on the Vanguard. Why prices of food items will soar higher? Investigation. Presidential amnesty, NDRBDA to partner on food security. That's an interesting headline on the Vanguard. The conversation around food security has been a major problem. So if you don't know what the NDRBDA means, it is the Niger Delta River Basin Development Authority, and they're looking to partner for food security. Let's wait and see. This one says, reps to probe exploitative practices against Airpeace Dangote by foreign businesses. So it makes a lot of sense. I think I was reminding us of this when Dangote had come out to complain of what IOCs are doing. And then I said, remember, similar complaint came from Airpeace at the time they resumed flight to Nigeria to London, if I'm not mistaken, I think, and then Nigeria to, was it the UAE or so? I'm not really sure. But I know for London, quite sure of that one. I never lobbied to extend my tenure. IGP Egbetokun. That's also on the Vanguard newspaper. 4 months salary arrears. SANU may shut down varsities tomorrow. That's the Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities. May shut down varsities tomorrow over 4 months salary arrears. Find all the details on the Vanguard newspaper. And federal government exempts SMEs, farmers, manufacturers from withholding tax. Now, all of these, like I said earlier, we'll just be waiting for you on the Vanguard. Now to the Punch newspaper. Cholera, 33 states battle 2,102 cases as NYSC enforces strict camp rules. 33 states battle 2,102 cases as NYSC enforces strict camp rules. And this one says federal government begins computation of fast-track retirees' pension payment. Dangote refinery declare crude supply emergency. Oil producers tell Tinubu. And reps to probe WAEC revenue expenditures. Federal government directs MDAs to patronize made in Nigeria goods. Is the federal government using made in Nigeria goods? The cars that were bought for the lawmakers, were they made in Nigeria cars? Just saying. The SUVs, were they made in Nigeria cars? How many goods can we say? The microphones in the National Assembly, the microphones, are they made in Nigeria? Were they bought in Nigeria? The furniture, because you would also need to consider how many goods are made in Nigeria that you want us to use. I don't know if it makes sense. 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003. Again, 0817-923-0002 and 0817-923-0003. Remember to keep it very short and straight to the point. JJ, we'll start with you from Rumigbo. Good morning, and please let's not make unfounded statements. Thank you.
No.
Good morning, JJ. Go ahead.
I'm not used to that. Thank you very much.
Go on.
Andrew, I want to say good kudos to the political parties who have shown interest in the elections already. So for me, I think we cannot keep doubting these accounting, and those that are ready will be the ones to do well at the end of the day, because rain will only beat person where they're outside. For Evans BP, I think I like what he's doing so far, going to people, areas that they don't even know anything about governance for some time now. Taking governance to the people, to the least expected people. So I say kudos to him. Chijioke Unwo, consulting elders. Our people says that the man who is the first to enter the forest is the man that knows the boundary. And I think that's what Chijioke Unwo is doing in Obiakpo right now, to consult so that he can carry the people along based on his assessment. And I say kudos to Kukigam in Opobo. Thank you very much.
All right, God's time from Onelga. Good morning.
Good morning, Femi Andrew.
You're welcome.
You know, the road users in Rumokoro heading to Choba complain of one chance. Femi, you see, this is something that has been ongoing secretly in some various parts of Port Harcourt. And I think since the motorists has come out to complain bitterly about it, I think the police should swing into action and possibly disguise themselves to unravel these criminals that have decided to cause mayhem to those plying that road. I think they should be caught and make sure that the law of the land gets its course, so that people will be able to have a good journey in that road. And secondly, if you mean Andrew, federal government talking about cholera spread, I think we should try as much as possible to understand that this is a life-threatening disease. And they should also do the needful by providing fiber water for some certain communities who are not even able to see borehole. Some persons are still using rivers and lakes. And this is where they still defecate and do other things. I think the federal government should do the needful.
Thank you very much. I think with the one chance situation, yes, the police needs to step in and do something, but let's also be honest. It's not a type of crime that the police can easily just apprehend those behind it, except like you suggested, disguise and go to some of these junctions and wait to be picked up and see what happens. That's one way to go about it. Beyond that, it might be a bit difficult. I think a bulk of how to tackle this problem lies with the people operating the parks, the drivers associations and all of those. We have to come up with in fact our transport system in Rivers State, we have to come up with a more secure way. And there used to be where every taxis have to have a color and all of those things. I don't know if it's still enforced or if it's still existing, because you don't know which taxi is a taxi, which one is any vehicle, anybody. Sometimes it's maybe with the plate number that you can identify, and not many people even know that you can identify a commercial vehicle with the plate number. But sometimes the plate number with a vehicle with commercial plate number is not even doing the work it's supposed to do. There's a lot of things that's messed up in that system. So maybe the Commissioner for Transport could help have the conversations with these guys and come up with a robust approach how to ensure that we have an effective transport system and the parks are functioning properly, and then the drivers association also have a way of identifying their vehicles and have a system for trip generation and trip termination. Let us understand. So people, it would limit this to a certain level, and then the police would also do the little that they can do, and then this would be like one of the easiest correct me if I'm wrong, easiest crime to tackle and identify those that are doing it, because there's already a system. We know drivers, we know. So there's supposed to be something that should be looked at urgently before it gets out of hand. Lugard in Echie, good morning.
Yeah. Andrew, greetings from Echie to you.
Go ahead.
Yes. I reset fixed date for election, and some political parties indicated interest. It's a good one. Andrew, my people are pushing me to contest, but I doubt the sincerity of RISEC in conducting this election under free and fair. Because we remember what happened in the previous election, where some persons spent their hard-earned resources. At the end of the day, what we saw was a writing of names and submitted.
Are you talking about the general election?
No, I'm talking about the RISEC election, last the local government election.
But that was the same complaint at the national level for the presidential election, wasn't it?
It's exactly the same now. That is where Ilugaman is doubting the sincerity in both in research and INEC. I am Andrew, finally, chairman of Opopo and Evans VP. I commend them so dearly. You see, this is why Ilugaman always have problem with some of our leaders. The same day they swear in Evans VP, where the same day they swear in our own caretaker chairman of HA. What is? Have you heard about HA in the news? What we heard was town hall being about to be renovated with the money of River State that was given to our chairman. What is he doing with the money? Tomorrow they will still a man is talking. I will criticize you constructively when you're not doing what is right.
All right, Lugard, let's go to Anthony. Blessing, good morning.
Good morning, Andrew.
You're welcome, Blessing.
Thank you. This morning, I just want to appreciate the council boss of Andolin, local government area, Honorable Barrister Reginald Ikan, SPR, for a quick response on the cholera outbreak at Ajakabak. I really appreciate him for that. And I'm also appealing to him that what he did at Ajakabak, he should do it across the communities in Andolin. You shouldn't wait until there is a cholera outbreak at any community before you should do that. I appreciate him. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Temple from HA, let's hear you. Good morning.
Good morning, the very distinguished Femi and in this morning.
Good morning.
I think I want to sincerely appreciate Cookie Gang in as much as that official card given to his CDC members, will boost their morale and, energize them in accelerating their contribution to their AGA. I think I want to urge them to ensure that the interests of their AGA, their people, will become the utmost priority as far as the administration is concerned. And the very distinguished Femi Andrew, the press moving to prove the allegation in the aspect of peace from the foreign airline. At the end of the day, can anything reasonable come out from this probe? Because a lot of probe has been left fallow without us and the people getting the needed result. And all this probe at the end of the day will end up, on the report end up on drawers. Please, I want to urge them. This is our own. If there is anything that they can do to, help Ellen Onyema, at least to achieve the needed result within the confines of the international airline.
All right, Temple.
Giving the needed support.
Thank you.
Ensure those trying to intimidate him is being pushed out of the way so that our own can say, as the
Thank you, Temple.
Buy Niger to grow Niger.
George from Buguma, let's hear you quickly. Good morning.
Yes, Andrew, good morning.
Good morning, George.
I want to quickly look at political parties who have ventilated their interest to contest. I think it is a step in the right direction, proving that the governor is actually a man of his word. When a man word is bound, I think that man should be seen as somebody who should be taken very serious in everything that every policy of his government, because it shows his competency, it shows his capacity to perform, and he has proved this capacity in various areas. But yesterday I overheard one of the essays to the former chairman saying that because the constitution that stipulated the timetable has been repealed by the former defunct legislator. Therefore, that the forthcoming October 5th election will not hold. And it begins to show the level of rascality and the level of desperation for power that you are telling people that your tenure extension that was quashed by the Constitution, he said that one, you will fight until you see. You are coming now. The governor said you want to conduct.
All right, George.
You said no. Andrew, this is a governor who have
George,
tolerated enough from them to the point he has said that even as that.
Let's go on now to another caller, George. You made your point already. Thanch you. Let's go to Uche Ken now in HA. Good morning.
good morning.
Good
sir.
morning to you. Go on, please.
Yes. But
Hello.
what makes me go gaga this morning is the name of the political parties. I'm hearing for the first time Zenith level. ADC.
No, Zenith Labour has been a party for a long time in River State. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Zenith Labour Party was there, I think, even in the last election. I know, and several other elections.
No wahala. Maybe in a party the way they vote themselves, then they get 1 or 2 for ballot box. I believe SDP, Labour Party, any MPC and other mushroom parties also will also participate. But what I'm trying to say is this. What happens to the main 2 political opposition parties, PDP and APC? Okay, maybe they believe so dearly that INEC will conduct this election, and it is not for the truth. Andrew, if I be moving around his local government, assuring people and talking about infrastructure, this man has been in assembly, represented his people for 12 to 16 good years, and ended up fighting in the house. I believe he has woken up now, no problem. Finally, Tito Kuhung said the traditional rulers, he has accused them of taking sides. Andrew, let me ask you this morning. Has he and the governor not taken sides? When you build your government on parallel, what did you expect others to do? You came in and you dethroned Sergeant Awuze, ran all manner of insult on him. Was he not a high-class traditional ruler?
But
and GDI voted for you, campaigned for you. You came in and you separated, and you now came up with your own simplified. What are you teaching people? And
all
you
right.
ask people not to take sides. You have built the government on parallel.
All right,
so
Uche, we have to wrap up now and go on to messages on Facebook.
Let's wrap up. I don't come
Thank
up
you
for
very much. But then I think something that you mentioned was Sergeant, I would say dethroned, or did his term as, okay, perhaps you are not referring to his term as the leader for traditional rulers, maybe. Maybe that's not what you were referring to. Because if it was that, I know he served his term, which is 1 year. Yeah. Gifting Serim. The hike in prices of commodities in the market is not far-fetched. The president should either reverse the subsidy removal or make our refineries work. Now, that's from Facebook. Thank God says, I strongly believe that all the caretaker committee chairmen will perform beyond expectation. Those telling us to patronize made in Nigeria products, are they practicing what they are preaching? Obia Junwa on Facebook says, I want to say big congratulations to political parties who have shown interest in the upcoming council election. Raymond Eze says, please, I'm appealing to the state government to force cut out means of what? Christian Williams, this issue of one chance in the state is fast becoming unbearable, and I think the police need to improve their security plans as to stop this nonsense. All right, the stop and searches that we see perhaps is also another thing that the police can do, but they can't do that everywhere. So we need to have a good system, a good transportation system. Public hospitals in tatters, public utilities dysfunctional, public water sources abandoned, food very scarce and inaccessible. Tell me, why would we not have diseases like cholera? And Unobi says, I commend on the local government chairman and a chair chairman for the appointment of 1,000 advisors. Empowerment to the youth is empowerment to the nation. I don't know. I'm pretty sure under the past administration, we had similar appointments, and it was not welcomed as it should by some people. Some other people welcomed it. It's not a bad idea to give these appointments and political, but what function would they be carrying out? How many advices would they be giving? How many people do you need to advise you at a time? And then how long is it going to last? Is there another empowerment that the youth should expect, or this is the kind of empowerment we have to stick with? I mean, as good as it sounds, we have to look at it from both sides. Ida from Nkoro says, it gives me joy that the governor brought a capable hands as CTC chairman. Inda Kukigam gifted cars to all the supervisors. This man is the best. These are the type of people that will rule and people will be joyful. I commend His Excellency for the likes of Kukigam and Chijoke Hunwa and Evans BP. We'll take a commercial now and then business news at 7. Good morning.